I got new markers. No one cares. Ooh. Now let's begin today's video. Today, I have my brother with me.
Hello, and we're going to be talking about our trip to Florida.
So here's the story. We packed our bags and drove to the airport and took our flight to Florida. When we landed, it was pretty late, so we had to go to sleep right away. Next morning, we went to Disney Springs, which is a Disney park with a bunch of stores. We took a look around, went in some of the stores, and bought some stuff. I wanted a porg, but my mom said no. By the time that we go, you're gonna want something else. But I mean, look at this thing. It's adorable. We still didn't get it that day. The next day, we went to Hollywood Studios, which had Star Wars, Toy Story, and other stuff. But my favorite thing at this park has probably got to be the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. And it kind of went something like this. It was a show that was outside, and there was a big stage with wheels that had an Indiana Jones set on it, and there was all the camera and set so you could see what was going on behind the scenes, and people would talk about the stunts and everything.
It's super cool, and go check it out for yourself if you can.
The next day we went to Epcot, which was another Disney park, which was like futuristic and stuff. It also had this really cool fast car roller coaster and a bunch of kiddie rides that I strongly disliked and question their existence to this day. My favorite ride was probably Soren. It simulates that you're on a glider up in the sky, but you're actually on a string, and other people around you are also on strings, and you're in a giant room with this screen on the inside. You can go up and down on the string, and it makes it super realistic. Look it up for more detail, it's pretty cool. Next day. On the third day, we didn't go to a Disney park. Instead, we went to Cape Canaveral with the Kennedy Space Center. And oh my gosh, I had the best time. I was so excited. If you don't know already, I am a huge space nerd. They had a real Apollo rocket inside of a building for us all to check out. I couldn't believe my eyes. This was a real Apollo rocket that I was looking at. This thing took people to the moon. I mean, they left the actual lander on the moon, but come on! Okay, I'm gonna stop screaming now. Later, we watched a documentary on a spacecraft called Gemini, which was about a guy who ripped his spacesuit out in the middle of space. But here's the point I'm trying to make. Shouldn't it be pronounced Gemini? Like, that's kind of what the word looks like. And up until this trip, that's how I thought it was pronounced. When I said it out loud, my dad told me that it was pronounced differently. We had our laugh, and he still laughs about it to this day when I mention it. Moving on. Day 4. We had no plans. So we took a train somewhere, and that sums up that day. But just you wait until Friday. Just kidding, I'll tell you right now.
The next day, we went to this place called Animal Kingdom, where we went on this cool mountain ride that sends you down, plunging into eternal darkness and doing crazy stuff.
We also went on an Avatar version of Soren. And we went to Cocoa Beach and went kind of surfing. But my favorite part of the trip was this. We drove back to the Kennedy Space Center and got front row seats for a real-life rocket launch. Now, it was at this time that I thought I had completed all the things I wanted to do in Florida. But no, I had to go back and get a porg. And with that, that sums up my trip to Florida. Now, this isn't a flex, but it's just an interesting life story that I wanted to share with you guys. And it is very detailed, so it took a very long time to make, which is why there was no video last week, so I'm sorry about that. But longer, better videos take time, so I was also thinking of making my upload schedule a little bit longer, so expect about one video every week, every 2 weeks, instead of every week. So, if you've enjoyed this video, it took so long to make, please leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. It's really meant a lot to me, so thank you guys for subscribing. And if you have not subscribed, subscribe!